You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Keith Sanderson, animal advocate, writer, and human companion to Max A. Pooch, canine crusader for animals and the environment. Max and I thank you for joining us, and we dedicate this episode, as we dedicate every episode, to those amazing people who work to save the lives and/or improve conditions of companion, domestic, or wild animals. Today, our guest is David Wilder, Navy veteran, businessman, entrepreneur, and founder of Dog Ring, LLC. David has been a lover of dogs for all his life, and it is because of his love of dogs he has developed the unique Dog Ring, a product he calls revolutionary, and one he believes will allow humans and canines to spend more time together. We'll meet David in a moment and learn more about what Dog Ring is and his plans to bring it to dog owners everywhere. But first, we want to take a break so the folks who help bring you Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates can bring you these important messages.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Join the Dog Ring Revolution. If you love your dog and want to take them everywhere you go, now you can with Dog Ring. Dog Ring is a hands-free way to include your dog in more activities and give you the freedom to take your dog almost anywhere. It's a safe and easy way to secure your dog. It clips around trees, posts, and poles in seconds. It's lightweight, portable, and strong. It has a free sliding leash which allows your dog to run around without getting tangled up. Perfect for parks, picnics, barbecues, camping, lounging outside, and furry fun adventures everywhere. Now you can be part of the Dog Ring Revolution. Visit thedogring.com and sign up for our Kickstarter campaign. Registration is now open. Go to thedogring.com. That's thedogring.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates. I'm your host, Keith Sanderson, and our guest today is David Wilder, CEO of Dog Ring, LLC. Hi, David.
Hi, Keith. How are you?
Doing great. It's really great to have you here.
Nice to be here.
You know, this is an exciting and innovative new product, and you claim that, I was reading your literature, that you offer a solution for people who love their dogs and want to spend more time with their dogs. And can you explain what that solution is?
Sure. I've invented a product called the Dog Ring, and it's the only lightweight, portable tethering device around. It gives people the ability to take their dogs almost anywhere.
And can you describe how the product works? What makes it different from other devices?
Yeah. You know, the nice thing about the product is it's so simple and straightforward. People can use it pretty much anywhere, like I said. It looks like a hula hoop, so it's a circle, and it has a connector that allows it to easily open up and clip around a tree, post, a pole, or anything else in seconds. On that ring is a free sliding leash. And we have 2 leash options available. We have a 6-foot fixed leash option as well as a 16-foot retractable leash. But it allows the dog to travel a full 360 degrees without getting tangled up.
Well, that sounds pretty clever. Now, are the leashes, can the dog chew through them?
Well, I mean, if the dog wanted to, just like any other leash, yeah, they probably could. How I design these, though, they're going to be a tougher fabric than the ones that people see on the market. So I guess a dog can pretty much chew through anything. I look at some boots that I had downstairs at one point, and they're pretty much gone.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I ran into a guy the other day who had a dog that actually, and the first time I ever heard of it, but actually managed to get his way out of a dog crate, a metal dog crate. So it just shows the ability of a dog. And that's probably a good reason why you shouldn't leave the dog unattended. Wouldn't you say so?
I agree. And, you know, we love our dogs. We want to spend time with them anyway. And dogs are clever. I have one of my sisters has a dog that knows how to climb over the fence. and a little miniature pincher, and it just climbs right up. We watched it one day. So, which is another reason or benefit of the dog ring is it's, the only humane or the ultimate humane backyard management tool for dogs that do that kind of thing. But absolutely, we want to spend time with our dogs, not just leave them alone in their crates or in the backyard.
What are the benefits to me, dog daddy?
Well, the primary benefit to you and your dog is that you get to enjoy more of life together. For the pet parent, it gives you a hands-free way to include your dog in more activities. It also gives you the peace of mind knowing that your dog is safe. Now, some people do leave their dogs outside for a few minutes to get some fresh air, but they don't have fenced yards or under-fenced yards like my sister. And this allows the dog to relieve itself, get a little exercise, and still be able to reach their food and water.
That's certainly a great benefit. I was thinking as you were talking about my daughter, and she and her husband and my granddaughter, they like to camp, and they like to bring their dog with them, but the dog has to be kept on leash all the time because it's a roamer, and it's always getting tangled up at night because he doesn't like to stay in a tent, and there's all sorts of problems. So this sounds like, for people who like to hike or picnic or outdoors, a great thing to have.
You're right, and I have heard that from so many people that are excited to get this so they can start their adventures in camping or road trips, that sort of thing. And, when the people are out there and we take our dogs out camping, dogs, that's their nature. They want to go and explore. They want to go and check things out. And that's really where the retractable leash option on this comes in to play, too, because it's a 16-foot retractable leash. But in that 360-degree area, it gives the dog over 1,000 square feet to go roam around. But we know they're not going to take off after a squirrel or a rabbit up there, and we know they're going to be safe right by our tent. So, yeah, there's a lot of really neat uses for this product.
Yeah, and again, when you were talking about traveling, I was just thinking about my wife and I, and we didn't take our dog with us, but of course, when we stopped at rest stops, we saw lots of people with their dogs, or they were sitting there, maybe eating lunch at a picnic table or something, and to be able to have dog ring would be a great thing because then they would be hands-free, and they wouldn't have to worry about their pooch running out into traffic or getting loose.
Yeah, absolutely. And, unfortunately, there's a lot of times that people won't take their dogs with them because they don't have a solution. But, yeah, it works perfect on road trips and rest areas because, I know when I'm on a road trip, first thing I'm doing when I pull over, I got to go to the bathroom. But I know my dog does too. And so I can clip the dog up around the tree, and I know he's getting a little exercise. He can take care of his business, and so can I. The family just watches him from the car and goes out there with him. But, yeah, this allows us to really include our dogs in just more of our daily lives, and that's really the best part of this product.
Well, it sounds like you pretty much have a good response to those who might say this is just a tethering device. It sounds like it's more for a device for people who really love their dogs, and this is a way they can do more things with them. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, and that, again, the number one reason I came up with this idea was to give us the freedom to spend more time with our dogs. And, to the critics that say this is a tethering device, I would have to say, yes, this is a tethering device. Like any other tool, it's meant to be used responsibly. We absolutely do not endorse or support in any way long-term tethering of any dog. I think it's cruel and it's neglectful. But, really one of the best parts of this, again, is that you can use this dog ring, and it's really only limited by Max A pooches and your imagination. And you're going to love using this at parks and camping and road trips. Other places is, just lounging outside or in barbecues and just about any place else as you guys can think of.
That's a great point because we're having a barbecue and our daughter's dog is going to be up, and typically we have to just keep him leashed or in the house because we don't have a fence in our backyard, and he would run all over. But something like the dog ring certainly would change that. Yeah, absolutely. And, that's one of the things I really started to notice over, since I've been designing this too is, go over to buddies' houses or friends' houses and I say, where's your dog?
and they put the dog in a room or out in the garage or something like that. But this is a way that the dog can be out there and enjoy everybody and play with the kids and all that, and still, your hot dogs are safe, and it's not going to run off. So, it's a fantastic tool for just any situation. We're real excited to get this out into the public's hands. We know that the dog lovers and the people like spending time with their dogs it's going to change their lives.
Well, that sounds great. We have to take a break, and we'll be right back after a few words from the sponsors of Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates. Make sure you stay with us, because when we return, David will share with us a bit about his background and what made him think of this revolutionary concept.
We'll be right back, right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Every pet is unique. Maybe they're gray in the muzzle, yet young at heart. Maybe they're growing out of the puppy stage and into their paws and ears. Or maybe they're just trying to maintain a more girlish figure. At PetSmart, we have the right food for your pet at a great value for you. PetSmart. Be better together.
Go to PetSmartDeal.com and save up to 30% on awesome gifts for the pets and pet people in your life. Toys, collars, leashes, PetSmart gift cards, treats, and more. Go to PetSmartDeal.com today. PetSmartDeal.com.
Dyson.
The new Dyson Animal Vacs are powerful bagless upright vacuums for homes with pets. Air muscle and radio root cyclone technology generates the strongest suction power to powerfully remove dust, dirt, and pet hair from the home or car. To order your Dyson Animal Vac, go to DysonDeals.com. DysonDeals.com to order your Dyson Animal Vac today.
Dyson. Music to your ears.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeff Werber from Ask the Vets with Dr. Jeff here on Pet Life Radio. We want to hear from you. Listen in. We're on every Thursday, 1 o'clock Pacific Time, 4 o'clock Eastern Time here on PetLifeRadio.com. We are one of the only live shows on Pet Life Radio, and I'm here to answer your questions. You can call in at 877-385-8882, or you can drop me an email to drjeff@PetLifeRadio.com, and hopefully we'll see you here on Thursdays.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Keith Sanderson, your host, welcoming you back to Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates. And our guest today is David Wilder, who Max A. Pooch thinks has come up with a great idea. Hey, David, what's your background relative to dogs, and what made you think of this idea?
But, I absolutely adore dogs. I've had a dog my entire life. To me, they're far more than pets. They're family members. And what I found, like we were talking about earlier, is there were many times that I wanted to take my dog with me, but it just wasn't possible. I knew people needed a solution which would allow them to take their dogs with them, but at the same time, make it convenient and for them and safe for the dog. And that's how I really came about this whole process.
Very interesting. So I guess there's nothing better than a product idea from somebody who really understands the application and is passionate about its use. And speaking of that, what do you believe dog lovers or dog advocates will like about the dog ring?
Well, I think that dog advocates are going to love that this is a tangle-free device. The dog can't tangle itself up, so he can, he's safe. He can reach his food, he can reach his water, his shelter. It also gives a dog, like I'd mentioned, an incredible area to run. The retractable leash option, again, allows the dog to roam over 1,000 square foot. And even the fixed leash option, it gives the dog an unrestricted 200 square foot of running area. And if you kind of put that into perspective, I know many folks have the standard 10 by 10 dog run in their backyard or the dog kennel, and that's 100 square foot. Still, to me, it's almost like a jail because they have the fence around them. And so this really gives our dogs the ability to just have freedom, go out there and have fun, and they'll be able to do it in a safe, controlled environment.
Very interesting. And now, where and when can I purchase Dog Ring?
I'm about ready to start a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter. And Kickstarter is a tool for everyday inventors like myself to get funding from the general public, people that share my same vision. So you can go to my website is thedogring.com and sign up for advance notice. Once the campaign launches, the people will be notified, and they'll simply go to Kickstarter, pre-order one. Now, I'm looking to ship out as early as December, so by getting one through the Kickstarter campaign, the dog lovers are still going to get some, or additionally going to get some other great incentives that won't be available once we're in production. So it's a great way to launch everything, get the product in some dog lovers' hands. They're going to love it. And at the same time, it allows me to tool up and get everything moving on my end.
Well, it seems like it could be a great gift idea for the dog lover in someone's life.
Yeah, that's right. And, our dogs, like, we were talking about, they're our family. If somebody gives me a gift for my dog, it's just like giving me a gift for one of my kids. As a matter of fact, sometimes it's even better because I know I'm not going to end up with crayon on the wall or something broken that I have to step on. So it is such a fantastic gift to give somebody, and it's really going to help change people's lives.
Now, I'm still a little confused. You said you're in a startup phase, and can you explain a little bit more about what that means, and as far as Dog Ring and the product and the company?
Sure. I've been working on this dog ring now for almost 4 years. I officially started the company at the end of this last year. And startup for me means that I'm just going into the manufacturing and production of the product itself. I've spent considerable personal resources to get the engineering and design and marketing done so far, and now it's time to share it with the world. And so startup is kind of a relative term because I actually thought of the idea about 20 years ago. And so it's a long time coming.
Wow, 20 years ago. And then what really got you going from just thinking about it to actually doing it?
Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of things going on in the world these days that, is disheartening. And I know that our dogs are really the most uplifting therapy that people can have. I mean, they teach us unconditional love. They're always there. They're a silent voice that we can bounce things off of. And so I just felt that it's time to really go out and try and help people and the dogs. I mean, I see more and more about dogs that are, left and neglected and that kind of thing. It's just time to get it in the market.
Wow, that's great. Hey, I know you're a dog lover and an advocate, and this is a question I ask to all my guests. What would you say to those who say, with so much human misery in the world, how can you spend time, money, and resources advocating for dogs and for safer products for them?
And I would say that exactly because of the misery, this product is needed now more than ever. Dogs teach us about compassion. They give us unconditional love. They better our lives in so many ways. And, they've been, like I said, used for therapy work for years. And this is a fantastic way to increase happiness by letting people spend more time feeling accepted. And also, the time and resources that I've spent on this really pale in comparison to the amount of people who are going to benefit from spending more time with their best friend.
Well, that's great. And again, can you tell us where we can learn more about Dog Ring and the way people who are interested could participate in Kickstarter?
Sure. Just go to our website, and that's www.thedogring.com. So that's www.thedogring.com. And on there, you'll find the information about the company, plus you see some pictures of the product itself in use, and most important, the folks can sign up for the Kickstarter campaign, and we'll let them know exactly when it starts, and we'll just keep everybody constantly apprised of where we're at, what's going on, and people will know. They'll be kept in the loop straight across the board.
Well, this is really exciting, and I wish you good luck on your endeavor, David. And thank you for joining us today and sharing what you're doing with Dog Ring and how it can help bring humans and dogs together.
Well, I appreciate you having me on, Keith. You and Max certainly do a lot of great things for the community, and so it's really an honor and a privilege to be on your show.
Well, again, thank you, David, and we want to thank you, our listeners, for spending your valuable time with us. You're all fantastic, and we hope you tell your friends about Awesome Animal Advocates. And a special thanks to Mark Winter, co-founder and executive producer of Pet Life Radio, and our sponsors for making this episode of Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates possible. I'm Keith Sanderson, host and creator of Max A. Pooch's Awesome Animal Advocates, saying thank you to all those animal advocates who work so hard on behalf of those who can't speak for themselves. Max A. Pooch gives them 5 big, tail-wagging woofs.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.